So for today's video, I will be showing you how to make this macrame plant hanger. So if you want to learn how to make it, just keep on watching. Let's get it. So first you're going to need a wooden ring. This one I ordered from Amazon, and you're going to need 8 strings, each about 10 feet long. And so you're going to loop all of the strings through the hoop in half. And then you're going to need one more string about 2 feet long or 1.5 feet long. You're going to take the end of that string and then loop it up like I'm showing you here, and then you're just going to tightly wrap it around. So after wrapping it about 5 to 10 times, you're going to want to take the end of that string and pull it through the bottom loop, and then pull that top string that's hanging out until the loop gets caught inside of the wrapping. And then after that you'll cut it, but just make sure it's secure and tie it really tight, or pull it really tight. So after you cut it, you're going to want to separate the strings into 4 parts. And since we folded the 8 strings in half, we have 16 strings hanging down. So what I'm doing here is I'm just separating 4 strings on each side so that it's separated, and those will be like the arms or the sides of the hanger. So starting off with your first 4 strings, you're going to take the string on each end. The one on the right you're going to put behind all of the strings, and the one on the left you're going to put in front. And then you're going to pull the one from behind up through the string in the front, and then pull the one in the front back through the string on the back. Then you're just going to want to pull these 2 strings all the way to the top and secure it tightly. After that, you're going to do the same exact thing, taking the right string and putting it in the back and the left string in the front, and then looping them through each other and securing tightly. I'm going to keep doing this knot about 13 more times, and then it'll end up making a twist at the end. If you lose count while doing this, you could always count the little loops on the side, and that'll let you know how many times you've done it so far. This part is completely optional, but I want to add beads to mine, so we're also going to need tape to tape together the ends of the string so that we could easily pull the bead through without getting any frays in there. So before we put the bead in, I'm going to want to make a square knot about 1.5 inches down from that twisted knot. This is really similar to the twisted knot, so you're going to put the right behind and the left in front and then loop them through. But this time, the second time you do the knot, you're going to want to do it opposite. So the right string is going to be in the front and the left in the back, and then loop them through. This way it doesn't make the twist. So after you've done that, you're going to want to take the middle 2 strings that you tape together at the end and pull the bead through. And then once you put the bead in, you're going to want to do that same exact square knot again. This is another optional part, but I decided I wanted to put another bead through just to add some detail. And so I'm just doing the same exact thing as I did with the first bead. Once you finish putting both beads in, you're going to want to make another square knot about 1.5 inches down. Next, I added another bead just to give it some length, and why not? So I'm just going to put that bead in and then do another square knot under it to secure it. Once you finish that, you're going to want to do the same exact thing to the other 3 strands of the plant hanger. So I went ahead and completed the other 3 strands off camera, and now I'm just going to want to cut the tape off of the ends that we had previously taped on to put on the beads. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to end up connecting these 4 arms or strands of the plant hanger, and we're going to need to use these strings individually, like so. So how we're going to connect these 4 strands is we're going to take 2 strings of 2 strands that are beside each other, and we're just going to tie them together to separate them like we did at the beginning. So with our first 4 strings, we're going to want to take the 2 ends of the string and make a square knot about 2 inches down. And this is personal preference, but I'm going to go ahead and also add a 3rd loop, going the opposite way of the 2nd loop, just so that it looks a little bit more like a square like this. Now you're going to repeat this step to the rest of the 3 strands that we're connecting. After you've completed this step on all 4 strands, you're going to want to now connect these 4 strands like you did the original 4 by making that square knot, and then this will give the side of the hanger a diamond shape. Now that this is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and take a pot and then measure it out to see where I have to connect it in the bottom so that the pot doesn't fall out, of course. To connect the bottom, I'm gonna make it like a huge square knot. So I'm just gonna take 2 of the strands and then make a regular square knot like I have been, but instead of just having 2 strings in the middle, I'm gonna have all the rest of the strings in the middle, if that makes sense. Just make sure your measurements are correct and then do the square knot, like so. So just to make sure it was secure, I did about 5 loops, and after I'm done with that, I'm going to cut it and then I'll be all set and my plant hanger's done. For watching this video. If you enjoyed or learned something, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!